January 30th. What would Richard Brautigan say about a Mill Valley cafe on a cold January evening filled with loud talk and clinking dishes, old men conferring, and young couples flirting? Would he say something witty so you wouldn't notice how lonely he was and still the outsider at every festive gathering? Would he just sit silently sipping his orange juice and vodka and spinning the quarter he planned to leave the pretty red-haired waitress as a tip and wondering where happiness had gone? What would Brautigan say as the light grew dim outside and one by one the patrons left the cafe to darkness and to him? Would he laugh softly to himself at private literary jokes about old morbid Thomas Gray and loss of his own clean, well-lighted place? Or would he crumple the page in front of him, put his pen back in his pocket, and give it all up for the night? What would Brautigan say if he could see me here 48 years after his death, remembering him at not quite 50, wanting to go out the door forever? If he could have seen me thinking about his suicide on this cold January evening, far in the future, his 77th birthday, with him long in the earth, would it have stopped him from doing it? Or would he have smiled in amazement at a world that never stops wanting to kill itself? Maybe he'd just say, "Bring me the check, I have to go home now," secretly afraid that there was actually nowhere to go, even for the funniest man on earth. And this is a short, it's called Small Poem for Richard Brautigan. It's for Georgine Balassoni, the manager of Bookshop Santa Cruz. Last night at the Bookshop Santa Cruz, they asked me to sign a book for someone I hadn't met. I signed with love and affection, just as I've written so many poems for you with love and affection, whom I've also never met. I'm not going to end this poem with a corny line about us meeting in heaven, because the fact is we've already met through your words, just like the anonymous book buyer will meet me when they ship off my signed book. Words are the best way to meet anyway. They've always beaten bodies. Thank God we're writers, no? Woo! And I'm going to conclude with a poem I wrote a long time ago. It's in my first book of poetry, Lunatics, Lovers, Poets, Vets, and Bar Girls. It's called At Kerouac's Grave. When you get that low-down feeling that it's all depleted, when everyone's left you, when you've said it all, and your tongue is sticking in your mouth, too tired to even lift your hand to write, when it all starts fading and not even chemicals call it back, remember your friends and what they once were. Esteem the transcendental times when you and they came open suddenly, like blossoms on the plant of friendship whose roots reach round the earth. Jack, you lope up Grant Street in my mind, wearing your baggy khakis, your tan shoes that never fit right, and furrows in your brow as you weigh the world's problems that almost get you down, until you smile to see Bob Kaufman eating a banana, as tranquil as a Buddha. For the street, the sunshine, the banana, and the lady at his side are the only problems he knows at the moment. And you, through him, as through your other friends, are given another life to live, an easier life than the lonesome traveler you've been too long. We grow within the limits of a body only till we realize the body can't return our love. And then it's time to love another and another and another till we've grown enough in spirit to fly beyond mortality, as you do now, Jack, touching us all with your kind light of mind. The day I kneeled at your grave in Edson Cemetery, quiet, only bird song in the shady glade, and felt the cool of the crushed grass under my knees, I recalled the 1,000 nights in barrooms where you rapped and roistered till aching muscles cried for sleep, and still you toiled at the wheel of wakefulness, unable to part with any of it, leaving your companions by the wayside as you made your rounds, always asking for more until there was no more. And then you found it. Peace. the peace I knew as I thought of your bones 6 feet beneath me, bones that had crossed so many thousand miles of earth and now at last lay still. All the suffering, all the disappointment, all the anger and hurt feelings, the pain of beatings, the misunderstandings, breached promises, and maybe worse, the promises never made, had all turned up in healthy summer green, like an accolade from Whitman, to mock the notion of your burial. And who could think of death here, with so much life left in the things, the feathers, poems and dimes, and half-drunk beers brought by those who'd come before me to say not goodbye, but hello to you, their disembodied friend. Your daughter once envisioned the molecules of earth that link us all together underfoot, so that no one can go anywhere other than where we are, which is all the same place. And only blindness to that electromagnetic love can make us think you went away, or that there's even such a thing as leaving, when we should know better than to imagine an end to a world that begins again each time we look in someone else's eyes.